And
Hey, welcome back to Handlebar Garden.
how's it going?
It's our first live show.
Yep. So bear with us, please,
Yep.
as we get this thing.
Oh, are we on?
I think so.
Yep.
We are on. We are live. We might get wait for a few minutes and let some people gather in here, and before we actually get into any major major what do you say content here.
How's your day, man?
Awesome. How's your day been?
It's been a long day.
Awesome. Better than the fellow we ran into a bit ago. We broke down the vehicle.
Yep.
So, yeah. We ran out a little bit ago and ran into a guy in a van, and you put it in drive, and it go and quit, but he could drive it in reverse. It was, we just kind of, there was a couple of people actually looking at it, and they've determined it was some kind of sensor behind the wiring harness or something. So, yeah. Do we have volume? Did somebody let us know if you can hear us even? Or Mike can. Mike's watching.
Right.
Somebody let us know if you can hear it.
Sounds good. Yep.
We just ate supper, so
Seems like we're always doing a video after we eat.
after we eat, man,
Maybe we should start doing videos of eating.
Hey, probably be good. I could sit here and see what some of these buttons do. Huh.
I want to make it black and white.
There's glamour. Oh, wow.
It's not changing nothing on this. Yep, it did too.
Yeah, that might be a way to go.
Thanks.
Not near as ugly. Yeah. That says bean. What that means? I don't know how to get it off that.
Well, it ain't showing up.
So we should be able to see somebody chat.
Yeah, we're kind of technically illiterate.
There we go. Yep, sure enough.
All right.
Ah,
Basically the same as the Facebook Live stuff.
yeah, looks like it. And we don't know. I mean, we did put out some short notice, and this was going on, and yep. Well, we come out here to the garden and decided to do this out here. Don't have any heat out here. Well, we could have, but I don't have.
It ain't that bad
No.
here in East Tennessee right now.
No. Today was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous warm.
Yeah, before you know it though, we're gonna have snow.
Mm-hmm. You turn that volume up and see if what difference, if any, this makes. You turn that volume up and see if what difference, if any, this makes.
Get that one on.
Do now. See if that volume. Turn that volume up and see if what difference, if any, this makes. Wonder why I done that. There now. See
Make
it
it louder. Sure did. It made a difference. Those microphones have a windsock on them.
Yeah. Yeah. Those seem to be real good ones. Wonder why it's doing that though.
I think that's just my phone.
No.
It's time for an upgrade.
Wonder why I done that. All right. Well, let's talk about little about last year.
This past year,
that will get we wouldn't have no echo effect there. Last year, this past year, I don't remember how many miles I've put on this past year, but I've probably put on less mileage this year than I did last. For some reason.
last 2 years we've done a whole lot. This past year,
yeah. Oh,
we lost.
there we lost. We got it back. Maybe the two don't need to be on.
They might be each other, or it might be where I had the volume turned
I
up
bet
on
it was.
that.
I bet it was. So how's the sound now? I wonder why I ain't seeing that. I do see it. Better. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it was. And
Yeah, it's echoing. Yeah. But yeah, we rode less this year, and I want to say some of that on my part is lazy.
well, for me, it's work.
Yeah.
It's hard to have any free time. Then you get a weekend off and it's raining, or you're trying to catch up on something you ain't done in the last month.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's yeah, and I said lazy. As far as Maddie and I used to a lot when I get home from work at 4, we'd take off.
yeah,
You know, and we didn't do that many times this year. And I don't know why. I don't ain't on Wi-Fi now.
no,
That's the problem.
which
But we I think some of that is just been lazy, or on my part anyway.
which we're both coming up on 25,000 miles.
Yeah.
I think I've got probably just under 1,000 miles to go, and I'll hit my 25,000.
Yep. Yeah, I'm right at there, real close to it. But we took a lot of times we'll take 2 vacations, 2 weeks. And this year we only took 1 week. So I hear bikes out there right now. Either they're coming here to say hi or riding. That's why they're not watching.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, gotta be.
He must have missed his turn, man. He's going on down. It's like a couple of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had our trip to Georgia. That's really our only big vacation we got in this year.
Yep. And Mike and I were talking. We run out a bit ago. We were talking about that. Maddie and I had talked about maybe going down to Daytona, or not Daytona, but
Keys.
Panama City or Destin, going down there for a night or 2 and coming back. And we never did. We talked about it a few times, but we just never did. And I don't know. I want to say again. It's probably lazy on my part, or frugal one.
Yeah, because the price of everything seems to be going up.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised to go to South Dakota and back and not spend any more gas than I did.
Right. Yeah.
That really surprised me because I thought I'd hit $400 or $500 easy.
Yep.
And it was just barely over 300.
But of course, we always think about next year and want to do a little more traveling next year. And I don't know about you all, but having a full-time job, not being retired, and having to work, boy, plays a big,
Yeah, because we're not making money off YouTube, so we have to have a day job.
Yeah, and I've got quite a bit of vacation at work as far as that goes over the years, but a day or 2 here, a day or 2 there. We took that week off, and I took another week off for something, but we didn't go anywhere. And then I got week off for Thanksgiving, a week off for Christmas. So we'll make up for it next year though. Springtime comes. Matter of fact, what do you all do in your? We live in East Tennessee, so we pretty much don't even very minimum winterize.
Yeah, it's because you can end up even December, January, February, with snow and everything. You can actually catch a few days in each month that it's might be in the 40s, but the roads are dry, and you can actually take off and do a little short ride.
Yep.
So closest I come to winterizing is just make sure my gas tank's full and keep it on the battery tender when I'm not riding.
Yeah, we just posted another video on battery tenders a bit ago. Mine stays on battery tender year round. I just, if I'm not going to be riding it with, and
if I know if it's going to be a week or longer before I get to ride,
right,
I'll hook it back up on the tender.
Yeah,
just be on the safe side.
Yep.
I mean, batteries are what, $150, $180 now, maybe more than that.
Yeah, I ain't bought one in a long time. I'm gonna try to make this one last as long as possible.
If you don't use the tender, you can average about 4 years out of a battery, and then when it goes, it just goes. Using the tender, it extends it. I mean, it ain't gonna last forever.
No,
but you can get a little bit more life out of it.
Yeah, I think tender's the way to go. Myself, I've used them for years, and very fond of them. In fact, I got a vehicle that's on one right now too. Truck. Leave it on there. Well, the thing of it is, if you're going to have a vehicle or something in storage for months, a month or two, I do know by this by past experience. And you go to start it and a battery's dead, there's no bringing it back.
No.
Yeah, I mean, if it's dead, you've just killed that battery. I had a new battery in my truck, and I let it set for a few months, didn't start it, and it killed a new battery. You know.
Sometimes you can charge them up, and if you drive it every single day,
Right.
it'll keep enough charge in it. But the first time you let it set for 2 days, it's done and wiped it out again.
So Tender, my friend. I wish there's more people on here. I hate to talk about things and then they gone.
Well, this will be up for a while though.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'll post it. I did find this out earlier. When you close it off, it makes it private, and then you got to make it public. So we'll do that. We'll make it public. So, and right now, I don't know if you all know it or not, but we are within like 12 people, 12 subscribers, being 1,000.
I think so.
1,000 subscribers, and we are very, very appreciative of that. Wow.
Yeah, 1,000, that's kind of a big milestone.
Yeah.
Especially for a small channel like we have.
Yep. And the autism bike for a Widow's Sons Hillbilly chapter. And there's video. We showed a video of the bike that's going to be redone and revamped. And as Adam said, they're going to take the papa off of it. And there's several people working on this. And just to be honest with you, I'm not for certain who those several people are.
Yeah, there's
so
it's a community effort. I mean, there's a lot of people getting involved.
Yeah,
donating parts, donating time.
So, and this bike will be raffled off. Be raffled.
It's going to be during the autism awareness ride, which the Widow's Sons put on a benefit ride every year. What's usually the second or third Saturday in August.
Yeah.
They're talking maybe changing the date on it because the last few years have been a lot of rain. So we'll keep y'all notified when the exact day is going to be and when the tickets go on sale, how much, how you can purchase one.
Yep. It's gonna be a good deal. Like I said, as soon as we know more as well, and as soon as we know more and are able to put out more information, we will.
Yeah, we'll check back with Delegaff Cycle Shop and see the progress of what they've done.
Yep.
But they're talking, I think he was going to do a little bit of motor work.
Yeah.
I mean, it starts good, runs good, everything. I think he was going to maybe put just a little bit bigger cam in it. Nothing crazy.
Yep.
They're talking about doing a custom paint job on it.
Yep. From the paint job,
that may just be a surprise when it's done.
Yeah.
If they can do what they want, it's going to be
the ideas that we've heard.
Yeah.
And some of the input has been from us too. So that very appreciative of that. Trust in our opinion. Wow. or wanting to know our opinions and our thoughts. Of course, we're big promoters of the autism awareness ride and Widow's Sons. Widow's Sons, period. But I mean, we're closest to Hillbilly chapter. And of course, Delegaff Cycles is our local shop. or indie shop, I guess you'd say. And it's been independently owned shop.
Yeah, you got to support them because they're slowly going away.
Man,
with all the new technology they're putting in bikes, it's making it harder and harder.
Yeah.
To get somebody to work on one that's not a dealership and has all the high dollar equipment.
Yeah. So Dilly Gaff does good work.
But also, most of your dealerships, seems like there's a cutoff once they're back 10, 15 years.
10 years, I think.
A lot of them, they don't want to.
Yeah.
There's still a few shops that will, but a lot of them, if it's that old, they don't want to fool with it. So that's where all your independent shops really come in.
And you think about it, I mean, that being said, it won't be that much longer. And the dealerships won't be working on twin cams.
Yeah. And they're still a popular motor.
So, I mean, as you got some older mechanics, that's still going to know.
Yeah.
But like your newer mechanics and stuff, I mean, that's not, maybe they've cut their teeth on it, but, I don't know.
You talk to people that have went through the different schools out there to learn to work on bikes.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard a lot of them say they actually have a class, a whole day of teaching people how to kickstart a motorcycle. Which sounds crazy, but then if you think about it, most everything's been electric start for so many years now.
And you got to think, from what I know of kickstarting bikes, there's a trick to something different about every one, and until you learn that little knack, until you learn how not to get thrown off the other side, is a plus.
Or hyperextend your knee. Oh yeah.
That's one thing I did like about the old Triumphs, though. They compression release, and it was just a lot easier.
Then you go complete opposite with the Nortons. They would cripple you.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
And then some of your older Harleys wouldn't catch, and you would kick through, and there'd be no resistance at all, and then you hyperextended the knee. Yep. And now everybody just sets on one and pushes that button.
Pushes the button and just takes for granted.
Yeah.
I bet you most people don't know how to roll one off.
No. If it don't start, call AAA.
Yeah. Yeah. I had an old Sporty. I still got it. And for the longest time, and Mike, man, it's been a long time ago. Mike remembers. It just wouldn't. And I think I put 2 starters on that thing. And at the time, they told me the starter was the toughest part of that motorcycle. And I went through 2 of them, and I found out why. And a lot of it had to do with battery. Yeah. And not using battery tenders. But anyway, you'd hit start, hit the button, and it wouldn't do nothing. And this went on for a little. We went on a ride. We was going on a pretty good ride.
So every time we took a break, we had to park somewhere that had a hill.
And this didn't catch off. And then there was one time it didn't catch off. We was at a place I remember. I think we were in near Crossville. We was at the back. We was at a park, I think. And Hot Dog was trying to push me. And that didn't. That was on. Yeah. But anyway, we've got our stories, but that was part of the ride.
Yeah.
Which
that makes them memorable.
It makes them memorable. I'm thankful now that I don't have memories like that.
That's memories for young people.
Yeah. But I mean, just bumping off, and I would now where I live, I would have to, if I wanted to take off, I would have to push that bike down toward that hill. I mean, which is a few hundred yards.
Yeah.
I'd have to push to get over the hill, and I'm bumping off. But I had enough want to about me to ride, and I would do it all the time. And then one day, I can't remember how it come about exactly. I rode it to work, and then I shut it off for some reason, and went on a hill. And I was like, "Oh no, what have I done?" And I tried to get that thing. I finally got it started. But I thought at that point, I'm going to have to get this. I'm going to have to start digging. And I dug and dug and dug. Matter of fact, I thought it was going to be the starter. I mean, that's why I was dreading it so bad. It's not a real big job, but it's an aggravating job. Uh, and what I found, there's a plate that covers the rear or the front sprocket. I took that plate off, and that's where basically the bottom part of the starter was, and a wire was there, and it looked like it was plugged up. And I was doing something else, and it popped out. And I looked at it, and I was like, "Huh?" And I tightened it up and put it on there and fired it up. And I was like, "Oh no!" I rode this thing for months like this, and this was a 5-minute fix. And I'll tell you another one on that old Sporty too. I can't remember where I was at. I don't know if I was even with anybody, but it would start backfiring, and it takes fuel and it quit. And matter of fact, one of the very few times that bike was hauled, Cornbread hauled it home for me. I was in Jellicoe, and I had already taken the carburetor off the thing because you got fuel and fire. You know, you got all these mixtures, and I was thinking it was in the fuel. I changed the plugs on the fly and everything, and that's when when stupid is stupid does comes in, and you empty your carburetor in a styrofoam coffee cup. it don't it won't hold fuel. I can tell you that. But anyway, when you're on the side of the road somewhere, you just anyway. I called him, and he hauled me. He come and got me. I'll never forget it. That was when I don't remember who it was. Was it Ron White? Because I called him. I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Sitting here naked eating Cheetos." And dude, I lost it. And I said, "Well, wash your belly off because I know you got crumbs, and come and get me." So he did. And when I got home with it the next morning, I started working on it. Well, I go out there and it fires up. It runs perfect. How do you fix something that's
intermittent?
That's running
crazy.
And so I'm sitting here, and dude, I mean, at this point still I'm thinking it's in the fuel. I took the tank off of it, cleaned the tank out, washed it out, cleaned it up, petcock, went through it, took the carburetor off, took the carburetor apart, cleaned everything, put it all back together, fired up, run like a top. Sounded good, just purring, take fuel. I jumped on it, went 20 feet in my driveway, and it quit. And I was like, "Well, I got you now." It wouldn't start back. I got you. And I pulled it back up in the shop, and didn't know where to go. Well, like I said, if you got fire and all this, so what I done is I'm gonna see if I've got fire. Pull the spark plug wire off, put a screwdriver in there, hit that button. Holy smoke, people. Man, laid me up against the wall, made me sick to my stomach. I mean, it got me good. Thought, well, that was dumb. So I thought, well, shoot, I got fire. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I got it on the other cylinder too. So I was prepared. I got a better screwdriver. I think I might have had a pair of pliers, and I reach up there and hit that button. And instead of coming through the pliers, it come through the switch, through my thumb. Oh my gosh. So now where do you go? I've got fire, I've got spark, and I've got fuel, but it won't run. And how I figured this out is when I would sit on it, have the seat on it, that's when it wouldn't run. When I was sitting on it, it wouldn't run. Sitting there, it was running. And I'd sit on it and it quit. Well, in that bike, there's a whole cluster of wires down here underneath the seat. And the way I had my ignition switch hooked up, the first click would turn the park lights on, and then you could fire it, and then the second click would turn the headlight on. The way old school was. But what I got to noticing is I had the switch on. Well, park lights wasn't on. There was a mirror or something in the shop, and I didn't see that line. I thought, shouldn't them lights be on? And anyway, I started grabbing wires and wiggling, and they'd come on and go off. Okay, now we're getting close, but now I'm looking at a whole cluster of wires, of which one is now the bad one. Anyway, there's a fuse down there that actually went to the starter, and that wire went down and back. Well, down and then back up. I've done that down here in my lap, like you can see it. It went down and then back up, and when I would sit on the seat, it was pushing it away from the connector. I took that nut off, pulled that off, put that together, crimped it real good, put it on there. Never had no problem since. But I worked on this thing my whole Saturday, and this is even. It was a 5-minute fix that took 8 hours to find.
Yeah.
But that's the way a lot of times mechanicing is, especially stuff like that. I mean, Maddie had that Mini Cooper done that. It quit, 2 miles from home. She calls me, it quit. I'm like, huh? And it fired up again. And she brought it home. And she said, I'm not driving no more. I'm like, oh no. So I drove it quite a bit. And then one day, it didn't start. I was like, now I got you. Now I can. And it happened to be the fuel pump relay on it. But some stuff, like you said, the intermittent stuff will drive you insane. I don't know how we got off on all that. But
we tend to ramble.
Yeah.
We don't have a direction. We just sort of.
Yeah.
We're unsupervised.
Oh, that's dangerous too. Yeah, the girls in there, the girls are watching probably. I don't know for sure, but well, if they're watching, they're not listening. They tend to block us out. But right now we're been online for 26 minutes now, so I don't know. I mean, it's football Saturday, and and then around here it's been awful nice and warm.
So anybody that's got the free time, they're riding this weekend.
Yeah, boy,
because it may be the last for a while.
Yep.
I'm just waiting for it to get down in the 20s so I can take off.
Yeah, me too. Was that your phone?
No, that was yours.
Oh, damn it. Anyway, I guess we may wrap her up.
Yep. So I guess until next time.
Till next time, I guess we want y'all to build one up. Sure. Hopefully we'll, like I said, be much further from 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah. And so again, we would like to thank everybody that has subscribed.
Yeah. Especially, yeah.
We're at 989 now.
Yeah.
So we're right on the verge.
On the verge of having 1,000, so we look forward to that.
Yeah.
And we appreciate it. And we'll get off here and we'll
be looking for our next live. We might be a little more organized.
I brought a bell. Anyway, y'all have a good one. Take care. I forgot I turned it off. I think it's right there.